And now I don't really understand the issue. Can we hear the sound now? It's fine. So should I actually use the previous microphone, or because I actually use this microphone, but I mean I'm sorry about this, guys, because I'm actually using my dual monitor setup right now, because I was actually using the previous one, but since I have two monitors now, I actually decided to use the dual monitor setup, which seems much more appropriated in this case scenario. So yeah, we had better audio before. Yes, I'm sure you did. Let me just change it then. Okay, tell me if you have better audio now. If it is better, if it is worse. Previous was fine, I guess. Previous, yes. This is as a bit of delay, so that's quite normal. That's the problem of actually just live streaming like one time per like 6 months. So so yeah. That's the issue. I never actually know what to do properly, because and even if I change computers like now, it's a piece of garbage. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. Okay, let me just push it a bit closer. Okay. By the way, guys, thanks for supporting the channel, Rick Thomas and so on. So what I think about this whole drama of Linus Tech Tips, Gamer Nexus, and some other things is that this is not LTT's fault per se. It's the industry's fault, because people are actually used to this. This happens, people are used to this, and I don't even know, I don't really know why people think this is normal or should be normal. Some people do on the backstage, not right here, because when we know these things, when these things get on the front of the stage or in the stage, we give them shit, and we should, because that's what we should always do when cases like this happen. But many people on the backstage just say yes, 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 and I know Linus is known for kind of steamrolling through other people, and we can see that, or we can still see that, yes, on some lives that he did, some lives where he actually steamrolls over his own colleagues, and yeah, it's not good to see. I mean, myself, I felt bad just watching them kind of being steamrolled when it was, I believe it was that issue with the warranty of one of their products, and that was already bad, and now we have even worse things, which is insane. Insane. As for Gamers Nexus, well, they do have a point, definitely, and what Linus did with that same company of the full block water cooling for the GPU and the CPU, it was not a problem of LTT, it was a problem of Linus itself. Okay, it was a bad problem because he himself admits that the people working with him actually told him, okay, but this block is not made for the RTX 4090. It may work on the RTX 4090, but it was not made for the RTX 4090. So let's try and, for example, use the RTX 3090, which was what this block was meant for. And still, he said, like, no, we have to rush this review, and they did. And on top of that, they even sold that water block on an auction, or they auctioned that same water block, which is insane. I can't believe they did this. It's the same as I'm here agreeing with a company, let's say, for example, KDC, that send these awesome monitors, and they I sign a contract saying, for example, that I will return the monitors, and then I just sell them and say like, fuck off, I'm Linus. And that's a thing that you can't just do. That can't happen in any way. And don't tell me that Linus didn't know about this, because Linus was there, and I definitely, and I'm almost 100% sure that he knew. But I might be wrong, yes. Sérgio Lins, thanks a lot for the donation. Abraço para ti também, de Portugal. And yeah, hello guys. Sorry, I was just talking and I wasn't actually reading the comments. So yeah. Exactly, like the thing with Billet Labs. That's exactly what I was talking about. They only returned the money because they didn't even answer the emails. They just returned the money as soon as Gamer Nexus and Steve did that same video. When they did the video, Billet Labs were immediately contacted by Linus Tech Tips because of that. So that's even worse. They need some shake up in order to send the email back. But that's not a problem, that's a problem of the whole industry. For example, I have MSI actually sending some products, the RTX 4070 for example, the RTX 4080, and they said at the beginning that they would send many others, like for example the RTX 4090 and so on, and I really wanted to test them, so I tested the cards and I would send them back. And one of the things that I don't understand, the same happened to PowerCaller, is that they send the products, I return the products, everything is nice. I state that those products were sent by MSI, they were sent by PowerCaller, and everything was nice, reviews were done. I believe that the views weren't so bad as well, the views were actually quite nice. And still, I repeat still, they just stopped answering the emails. For example, MSI, when the 4060 Ti was released, I believe was when they stopped answering. Right, like out of the blue, I did nothing, I said nothing, we had no contact, and it just stopped answering. Just like that. And I even emailed them saying, is there any problem? Is something off? Something is happening? Just tell me, because I really want to know. Were the views low and you don't want to send more hardware? I would completely understand that. But no, they just stopped answering. And the same happened to Linus Tech Tips, that just answered after Gamers Nexus actually did that shake-up video, which is insane. Now for the comments. Sebastian Vargas, my biggest question is that they sent a GPU, why LTT use a 4090 when they have the correct one to use? Yes, because I believe that they said that the card could work. Billet Labs said this, that the card could work on a 4090, but they didn't know. And yes, they should have used the 3090, not the 4090. Tuga Madness, carrega bro, thank you. LTT lied about timeline, another problem. Yes, another problem, but that's just one of the many problems that came, actually. Even if he didn't know, he isn't allowed, May is saying, he isn't allowed to auction it off. It is clear that he shouldn't get rid of a prototype, even if the money, even if they money as compensation. A prototype is very valuable. Exactly the point. So it's a prototype. They need that prototype to test several things. And Billet Labs, I believe, they're a small company, so not having that prototype to test further is really a letdown. And a company like LTT shouldn't ever do this. So yeah. Yes, most ex-employees have issues out of context. Yes, for example, as you see here, the Madison. I don't know if this is true, so take this with a grain of salt, but I do believe that this might actually be true. I do believe this can be true, because if this happens in smaller companies and smaller and less competitive companies, imagine on top tier companies that make lots of money, like Linus Tech Tips. Even more having a girl or one or two girls in between, let's say 50 guys. It's very possible to have happened. So yeah. Hi Fabio, highlight. Top 3 Entertainment, which is Jerry, by the way. Hello, Jerry. I don't think Linus knew there was one cent, and it was on the shelf. Well, maybe, maybe not. We can disagree on that. Billet said it could work with the 4090, but they never tested the block with the 4090. Exactly my point. Exactly my point. Dropping a like below. Come on, El Fabio deserves it. Thank you very much for the likes and so on. And tell me if the image quality is okay or not. By the way, my camera should be on the other side, but since the computer is there, I need a bigger cable in order to put it this side because I'm reading the comments. And the camera will be, well, won't be as, well, will be far away. That's the point. Oh. Billet did send the 3090 Ti with the water block, but Linus Tech Tips lost it. Is this true? So they not only sent the prototype, they sent a 3090 Ti, which is still an expensive card. They sent the card, they sent the prototype, and they somehow lost the prototype and then sent the card to auction. That's that's being a piece of shit, man. That's so bad. That's so bad. But well, let's hear, for example, some of these Madison posts. Once again, I don't know if these are true. Take this with a grain of salt, but they might be. So the first one was like 20 something hours ago. To stop the speculation and the M's I am receiving, I chose to quit my role at LTT because it and the working environment I was facing were ruining my mental health. Well, starts well. The number of daily items the social media role at the time was expected to fill was incredibly high. Okay? This is different because we're talking about work and not any kind of harassment, sorry, because you can have lots of work and you just quit. If you can't handle the job or if you don't want a job, just quit. Now it goes further. 19 hours ago, imagine someone calls you dog shit and it starts well. And the response you get is, oh no, go talk to them about it. So what I understand about this is that she went to something above those same employees and she actually told that person that, well, someone called her dog shit or work dog shit, and they were just, oh no, go talk to them about it. It's like, fix it yourself. I don't give a shit. And that's even worse. That's even worse when this happens inside these companies. Once again, if true. But it keeps happening and there is no record of it, because you were instructed to just go talk to them, not HR, who also just so happened to be an active owner of the company. Yeah, it makes sense, because if they have or if they are an active owner of the company, they don't want these kind of dramas, because it will, well, it will impact their winnings, it will impact their money, basically, so they don't want that by any means. And 18 hours ago, I'm baffled to hear about the shock of these allegations. Like, the shock. You're not shocked that they happened, you're shocked that someone said something. Good one. Good one. You're probably shocked because you know evidence for the most of these issues is scarce, so why would anyone risk their image to speak out? Damn. Shots fired. And the funny thing about this, so you see many things about this. So in that recording you will hear someone make inappropriate jokes. You'll hear the situation be belittled, sorry, I don't know this word. You will also hear that there is an internal want for you to go directly to whoever wronged you and have a one-on-one chat, removing any sort of HR interference. Once again, it's like, go talk to them, fix things yourself, you're grown-ups and so on. So HR did nothing here because, once again, they didn't want a take on their money. So yes, back to the comments. We have once again Fabio. According to her, she got sexually harassed and some manager hated her because she didn't get drunk with him. Damn, that's insane. That's insane. That's so bad, man. NHQBist, LTT be like, that sounds like like a you problem. Exactly, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny because that's exactly that's vile, man. That's vile. Not sure it is worth your time from TR. Thank you by the donation, by the way. Own a 7900 XTX reference, exactly like mine. Seems it can tolerate lower voltages on newer drivers. Maybe worth checking in a video. Well, according to my experience, it depends because they work with the core boosts and so on. So it depends on the game. In some games it might support lower voltage, in some others it might need the same. It has to do with the boosts that it didn't do before and does now, so it's different. I usually do a global overclocking profile, and since I'm doing a global overclocking profile, I need to raise the voltage a bit more. But some games can withstand way lower voltage than the global voltage that I have. It depends on the boosts and so on, and the resolution as well. As for Tuga Madness, Tuga, by the way, means Portugal, someone from Portugal. Tuga Power, thank you very much. Abraço e obrigado pela doação. My name says someone leaked the recording of LMG internal meeting, which seems to support her allegations. So that's even worse. So now we have a video. See. Then the argument about being auctioned for charity instead of sold. Yeah, that's my cat. And then pay Billet Labs, business expenses are also a tax. Yeah, they paid Billet Labs. Yeah, my cat is going down now. They paid Billet Labs because Gamer Nexus did the video. If they didn't do it, they would still most likely be... let me see if my cat can go down. Yeah, he can. It's just a pain in the ass. He's also meow. Always meow, meow. Anyway, when she came out with what had happened to her, a bunch of Jesus Christ. A bunch of staff at LTT left. Most people believe they were fired, but they didn't want the publicity. Ironic. Damn, that's so mad, so mad. And also, AZ Stars, thanks for the donation, £5. Thank you very much. From Moy Chamoy, Fabio, I remember commenting artifacting on the 7900 XT. In Cyberpunk, apparently it's an issue with the color precision with Cyberpunk appears on the high settings only. That's quite odd because I test my games with all my cards with high settings only. I never use ultra settings apart from the gameplay. So in all the GPU comparisons that you see, I use high settings, so I never had such issue, which is odd once again, but there are many odd things. By the way, according to these Madison things that we see here, for example, also they ask Madison, why didn't you take legal actions? And it's easy to say this. Why didn't you go legal? Why didn't you do anything? It's easy. But like she says, I had just quit my job, was scared shitless of this company, felt like I was worthless, and personally, I don't have millions of dollars to throw at legal fees, because that's what happens in America mostly. If you want to do something in terms of well, if you want to go legal with someone to the court and so on, you have to spend a lot of money, and you were going against LTT, so that was insane. They have lots of money, they have lots of power, so it would be very, very hard for her. And things are going better now because Gamer Nexus actually did what they did. Okay, so Gamer Nexus also have problems because they are not the Holy Grail. They're not saints. Obviously, nobody is, but they are much better than most of the tech reviewers that we see here. They have lots of data. They work for the best data that they can provide. And although they have some, well, I won't say shady because that's not the correct word, but I'm not regular on English, as you know. I'm not native. But they have their things as well. Let's say they have their things with some supporters, with some paid reviews. I'm not saying that they pay them to review the product well. I'm just saying that they have sponsored some videos and then make reviews after some weeks. So there's a lot of things as well with them, but they're not bad by any means, and they are much better than most of the reviewers nowadays that are just straight outlying in many benchmarks and many other things, or at least they are kind of misleading people with other things, which makes absolutely no sense, like Linus Tech Tips, for example. I never understood why a company as big as LTT was just, let's say, reviewing older titles, which makes no sense. For example, I have, by the way, AZ Stars, once again, always love your comment. Once again, thank you for the £2. Sorry for taking this time to answer, but what I have to say with this is that a company like LTT, benchmarking older games makes no sense. For example, in my benchmarks, I do benchmarks of 12 games in rasterization, then I do the averages, then I test ray tracing, then I test the upscaling technologies, okay? Once FSR3 comes to play, I will also test the LSS3 versus FSR3. In terms of performance, quality, I'll leave that for other people. But still, what I mean is that even me, that I work alone, I do everything alone, and I don't have a lot of money, otherwise it's the contrary. I will, for example, I have one of the older games, the Guardians of the Galaxy, in the benchmark kit, and I will actually change that same game. I will retest and add, for example, Baldur's Gate 3, for example, because I like to have newer games tested in order to show what these cards can actually do. So that's important. Now back to the comment section. LTT staff left. This is recent, or I believe this is recent because he says it was when Madison did these posts and so on, they left. Forno com o gato. LTT staff have a culture of unprofessional behavior and joking/banter, but I think sometimes they went too far with sexual jokes. Being female in the environment with mainly men was probably hard. Exactly what I meant before. Nacho. Hey Fabio, greetings from Chicago. Awesome job on the 7900 XTX coverage. Love that content and regular driver reviews. Thank you very much. By the way, if you guys follow my driver videos, I can tell you that things were supposed to come like 2 weeks ago. Newer things, newer interesting things, not FSR3, but interesting things as well were supposed to come with newer drivers, but AMD actually had to kind of postponed because they wanted it to be working the best they could deliver. So there will be nice things. I can't say because I agreed with kind of the NDA, but I can't say what it is, but new things and very interesting things. You can just sue a plus 100 million company in Madison's position. Exactly what I said. Fabio, thank you for carrying the AMD community on AMD issues. Thank you for watching, that's all I can say. Car, where cat? I missed cat because I looked away. No, he was just there. He was just there, meowing. So yeah. Your videos are free, Fabio. Great. Yeah, free also works. Thank you. Now, as for Gapast, which is one of the channel supporters, thank you very much, by the way. Dude, you need to collab with Daniel Owen. I could, if Daniel wanted. For me, it would be fine. He seems like a nice guy. He does some very interesting points. He does different videos from mine, which is normal because we're different as well. I have a different approach. Maybe I could be better. Maybe I don't really know, but I always look to improve. And it would be interesting to kind of do a collab with Daniel Owen or any other YouTuber, more or less on the same frame. Let's say that. Are you going to get Starfield? Most likely. I have an unhealthy amount of hype for Starfield. I hope it is as good as it seems. It seems okay at least. 100% of Billet Labs prototype worth is probably not accounting for the time R&D required to make a one-of-a-kind product. Exactly. It's not just pay for the price of the monoblock. It's you actually have to pay the time, the R&D, and that supposed 3090 Ti that was sent as well, but was somehow lost. They have to send one to them as well. Hi Fabio, hey Adam, thank you for always watching and for supporting the channel. And now back to the topic, guys. There is more and more about Madison, for example. For example, there was also numerous times I would be asked why I couldn't just check up on socials or do little jobs during the weekend because it's social media, so is it really working? Imagine telling someone in 2021 social media isn't a real job. Well, this was old 2021. But yeah, being requested to work on weekends it's a crap. It's a crap. Let me see more. I was upset and responded back that this was different. No. Then bam, another meeting, Madison. Why were you rude and non-communicative with this manager? What the hell? I didn't mean to be. I was told no. But then I got in trouble because they said they didn't know. I was still upset. I mean, this makes no sense. And look at the Linus Tech Tips response, official response about the Madison case, which is even more ridiculous to some extent. Okay, it's not ridiculous per se, but it's not about how it's written, but about the thought they put on it. So we are taking Madison's allegations seriously. So let's start with this. They firstly just they had the managers actually telling her no. They just sent her away and told her to like fix your shit, do a one-on-one talk, work things out for a woman in between many in the company. And now somehow they are taking those allegations seriously because now that we have all this drama, things are getting serious indeed. We are conducting an internal assessment alongside bringing in a third-party investigator to look into the allegations. Now, third-party investigator looks very good on paper, and it does sound very good, but when I worked on a welding company, because I did work on a small welding company, I was a welding inspector, by the way. I worked more on the computer side, on the management side, but I did have I did take a course, and I know how to do things. I knew how to do things. There were also third-party investigators, but those third-party investigators they could just be bought, and a company like LTT can do that. I'm not saying that they will or that they are doing that, but they can do that, and the final result or the final report means actually nothing because of that. So a third-party investigator sounds good, but definitely isn't the thing that can happen or will happen for sure. Okay, but anyway. We are committed to publishing the findings and implementing any corrective actions that may arise due to this. Once again, means not much, at least for me. Thank you for your patience, and please allow us the time necessary to be as thorough I don't know how to say this, as possible in this investigation. In addition to our existing report systems, both anonymous and otherwise, we've proactively reached our internally today to encourage our team members to report any workplace bullying or harassment they might be experiencing, so we can take quick and decisive action. Once again, on this part, they say that they actually encourage our team members to report any workplace bullying. Now, guys, they say this. But at the same time, we can see several times on several live streams Linus himself actually steamrolling over his employees. And they are like looking at him like mad face, with that face that if you weren't my boss, I would kick your ass right here. But they can't because he is their boss. And he actually even asked them, okay, but don't you think it is the correct way, what I'm saying? And the employees would say like, no, I don't agree, and very pissed off, and Linus would just steamroll over them like, that doesn't matter, okay, but I'm the man here, kind of joking. But yeah, that's just a kind of a wake-up call for people actually watching that. And when I saw that several months ago, I was like, what the fuck is this? Why is this happening? This shouldn't be happening. This is a live stream. They, at least on the live stream, they should be all working together without this. But anyway, to finally finish, these allegations do not align with our company's ethics, of course, or the values we preach internally. We aim to provide an inclusive work environment where everyone can feel comfortable and, more importantly, safe. Yeah, for sure. Let me just see more. For sure. Now back to the comments. Steve Connolly, they said the block is not in commercial hand. Doesn't really matter. They can still leak things about the prototype. They can sell the prototype to other people. So them. Anyway, if they know, why not get it back? What prevents this normal owner from selling it to the company eventually? True. Bro, here in India for $350 US, you can either get the RTX 3060, 4060 or the 6750 XT. 6750 XT, I'm actually running this, the 6750 XT on this computer, the ASRock Phantom Gaming D, running pretty well by the way. You heard about the downfall vulnerability on Intel, yes, and AMD 1 as well. Yeah. Apology video was so cringe, they just couldn't help themselves for tripping in LTT store. Exactly. The apology video even was monetized until backlash. Of course, they're a company, they're here to make money, they don't care about us. Just understand that. They may say they do, but they don't, because they're a company. For example, I can say that I do because I'm solo. I'm here doing all of this, so I can say that I do care for you guys, I do. But as a company, you can't say that we company care for you. No, because companies are made to make money. And well, it's different. Like Gamer Nexus is also kind of a company, but they have way less people working there. And well, so far, so good. They didn't have those problems, at least from what we know. And HKBs, they encourage them to report, but they're actually not gonna do anything about it, because that's actually the truth. Sorry. Do you know of any applications that have adapted to work better on AMD's consumer grade GPUs since the added ROCm support? Well, I can tell you that even without ROCm support, Blender with the most recent version, Blender works much better than before in AMD GPUs. But really much better, and with ROCm support it might be working even better now. I don't really know, because AMD also works very well in terms of, let's say, compressing, decompressing, encoding and decoding. Mostly the 7000 series had a big performance uplift in that scenario versus the RDNA 2 GPUs. Okay, I don't know if you guys want to ask me anything else. Linus definitely regrets not selling LMG. Yes, they offered him like 100 million, but he just couldn't stay away, because I would do the same actually. If they offered me to, if they offered to kind of buy my business, even for 100 millions, if I had a lot of money already, I wouldn't accept, because I love what I do. I love what I do, and I do believe that Linus loves what he does, but he just grew tired of it or something like that, or he's just kind of in a, well, I wouldn't say depression, but something like that. He needs to back off a bit and just enjoy his day, do things with his family and so on, to then later come back and be stronger, let's say that. Yeah, mentioning LTT store was weird. Yes, I'm so sorry, but get the products on my store. That's just bad. At several levels. Susan says, once I became upset watching Linus making fun of a girl who did not know how to build a PC, while he's aware there are many women who know how to build PCs. It was not nice. Obviously, because, I mean, it makes no sense. Joking is one thing, making fun of is another. I have those things in very distinctive places. For me, joking about something is like making a joke. Oh, of course you're a woman, you can't build computers, let alone drive a car. That's it, that's a joke, finish. Okay, that's a joke, we proceed, finish. You can joke about me as well, because I'm a man, and I'll take it nicely. I mean, it will be nice. But if I keep doing it, then it goes from making a joke to actually kind of harassing or making fun of, and that's not nice by any means. Adam Martin, I think Linus doesn't want to have anything to do with LMG anymore. No, he does. Otherwise, it would have sold LMG for 100 million. Okay, that's the point. Yeah, he needs a freaking holiday. Yes. Now Lois Lafont says, what can I do about Zenbleed? Will you release a video about that? I saw a DESA, but I'm lost. I sincerely wouldn't mind about it. Most of these security breaches won't be anything that we common users should worry about. This is mostly for companies. This is mostly for, well, yeah, mostly for companies, yes, because common users without anything to fear of shouldn't worry a single second about it, in my opinion, of course. That was the video I'm going to on about Linus was giving sexual innuendos. That was vile. Was vile, sorry. My brain is just stopping all the way. the gropping. I keep learning new words. Mix789 says the gropping / bullying allegations definitely worries me the most. Yes. Gapast, Fabio, do you go to the gym? Yes, I was there yesterday, but I can't work out with lots of heat, and that gym that I go to doesn't have AC, so it's quite hot there, and I can work with lower temperatures, no issues, but with higher temperatures I cannot work out. So I've been working out home, let's say 11, 12 at the night, so in order to have less temperatures, lower temperatures, in order to be easy to work out. But yeah, I don't know if you can see, it's just a mild thing. I'm not really into it. I was more before, but now I'm just kind of maintaining due to health and so on. Osine, hello my friend, happy to see you in live, our expert in GPU and CPU. I'm by no means an expert. I'm not an expert by any means. I do know some things. I may know some more things than you know, that you guys know, most of you at least. But that's it, because I knew everything from myself. Nobody taught me. I just went and learned things day by day, improving. When I started the channel, I didn't even know how to edit a video. I knew something about photo editing, image editing, but not video editing, so I learned everything myself. And I kept improving day after day after day in order to reach where I am, and I want to keep improving every single day if I can. Yeah. So, Ivy Dragon, I design and build custom water cooling PC cases. I can definitely build a computer, and supposedly this is a girl, and yeah, I don't believe you can. Just, well, you can, we can say like pictures or didn't happen. That's a nice joke, by the way, for me, because I'm dumb. Now let me see more. Is LTT serious tech channel or fun and entertaining tech channel? The thing is that Gamers Nexus is more for the, so less fun, more information, and Linus Tech Tips is the opposite. So it's more fun, less information. That's how I see things. Hell your lad, Malcolm Oljevi. Cosmic C, are you from Portugal? Yes, I am. I'm from Portugal, and I'm Portuguese as well. I haven't heard anything talking about this or this, but why has Andy disappeared from LTT? He was very prominent and has just vanished mostly. I believe that Andy was that guy that Linus kind of steamrolled in the live that I saw. I believe that was Handy, but I might be wrong. Proud of you, Fabio. Thanks a lot, Jerry. I ordered a 7800X 3D. Can't believe how cheap they are at the moment. Yes, very good deal. It's definitely the fastest game processor in the world for now, period. And they aren't well, they're pretty cheap. They aren't as that expensive as the title sounds like. Rockham gonna support RDNA 2, not gonna support, it already supports RDNA 2, but the HIP SDK, which is basically a simple translation layer that developers can use to kind of translate or use CUDA routines to the AMD side, is only usable for the RX 6800 and above. So 6800, 6800 XT, 6900 XT, and 6950 XT. That's how it works. So GN is like NPR and LTT is like Fox. Maybe. Both Steves from GN and our Hardware Unboxed are amazing at their jobs. They do a very good job. Some things that I don't agree, but not many. They do a very, very good job. Definitely, they do a better job than I do, and I want to reach their level, or even better. I always aim at a better or higher level, if I can, of course. FSR will be soon. Yes, FSR will be here soon. This I don't know because I don't have inside information, but I can tell you that I believe that AMD is trying to launch FSR with Starfield, FSR 3. But I might be wrong. I think they want to do it. Anthony is now a girl called Emily, and that is why not in videos anymore. So now they have a new girl, Emily. Interesting. And they transitioned, says Alessandro Giusti, and she said she needs some time away from cameras. Okay. So Andy is a girl. I thought Handy was the other guy. Have you played Baldur's Gate 3, and did you have any problems with AMD system? I did not, but as I said before previously in the live stream, I will change the Guardians of the Galaxy benchmarks on my GPU comparison videos to Baldur's Gate 3 benchmarks, okay? Because that game is getting old, and I'm well with the process adding newer games. Basically, that's it. Curious how they will work out the latency penalties and fluid frames. As for the fluid frames, I don't know, but in terms of latency, I know that they are improving their current technologies. I can't say more. I want to say more. I really, really won't, believe me, but I can't say more because I signed the NDA. Well, I didn't sign, but I have my word, and I said I wouldn't say anything, and that's what I'm doing. But they are improving on the current technologies, and that's basically one of the things that's gonna work, or that's gonna be on FSR as well. So yeah. AMD has major news coming next week at Gamescom, and yes, that's once again I'm gonna do a live stream as well at the Gamescom, because I don't do many live streams because I don't want to. It's not my thing. It's just not my thing. I'm here talking with you guys because that's interesting to some extent, but that's not my thing. I don't like to live stream much. It's just not my thing, once again, like for the 10th time. But I will do at Gamescom because it will be very, very interesting. By the way, what I want to say is, let me just show the sponsor of today's video, because the sponsor of today's video also helps with getting new GPUs to test for you guys. So let's just watch it for a second. Today's video sponsor is GVG Mall, bringing you all the software deals you need, like Windows 10, Windows 11, Office 2021 with a new Windows 11 design, and even Windows Server 2022. For all of these, you can use my SKG discount code for 25% off, getting a Windows 10 serial key for only $16. Then use the key on your Windows settings and you'll have an activated system. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and sorry about this, but this always helps the channel because it's the sponsor, GVG Mall. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know if you want me to say anything else. If you want to know more about anything, just let me know, because I can help you actually. Or at least I'm here for something. Let me just answer my girlfriend. Oh, it's not my girlfriend. It's someone from the kickboxing group, so I need to answer. Let me just see the comments. Jeebus Nazareth, that's a nice name. Brother, more YouTube video makers should publish detailed testing methodologies and search third-party validation. That's the bare minimum of quality. GN refuses to publish testing methods, as do LTT. How exactly they do refuse to publish the testing methodology? I mean, it's pretty easy. I can tell you right away my testing methodology. I do the benchmarks, I use MS Afterburner, I click 9 to start the benchmark, I click 0 to stop the benchmark. I mean, I show the results. If there are any anomalies, for example, any stutterings, I test the game several times in order to see if the anomaly was just that, an anomaly, or a normal thing. If it was an anomaly, I just avoid those results because it was an anomaly. If it happened several times, I do show those results with those anomalies, for example, stutterings and so on. That's what I do. That's basically it. Do you believe in coming GPU shortage? Well, I don't really believe in that. It will come, not right away. It will come to some extent because, for example, AMD is not releasing many GPUs nowadays because they still have a lot of stock on the RX 6000 series, so they are kind of delaying things. But this delaying will actually lead to a shortage more or less in some months. Maybe, and I say once again, maybe. But I still believe that really won't happen. What does your SKAG code for GVGMall means? I suppose AG exactly means ancient gameplays, but what about SK? I don't really know, because SKAG was what they did, basically what GVGMall actually told me to use the SKG, and I actually told them to change the thing a bit because I didn't like it, but it is what it is, I guess. SKG. Adam Martin says Fabio is better in his testing than Linus J2Sense or whatever he's called, and Hardware Unboxed and the others. Well, I wouldn't say that, because Hardware Unboxed does very nice good tests. What they do, and they failed for several months, was that they weren't using resizable bar and smart access memory on their testing methodologies. They now do, of course, but AMD already presented, let's say, smart access memory for like 1 year, and they stayed like 1 year without presenting the smart access memory results, and smart access memory would actually put most AMD GPUs on par or in front of their NVIDIA counterparts, and they didn't do that, and for me that was bad. That was bad. But apart from that, they have very good methodology, and they, in my opinion, they show some very interesting results. Jeebus Nazareth says they argue it's to avoid being copied. Huh? How exactly it is to be avoid being copied? I mean, benchmark is not something buried deep in the ground. It's something that everyone can do. You run a game, you benchmark. What's the thing about copying? If they were to show their graphs or something like that, how they do their graphs or their tables, that's a different story. But the benchmarks, that's just bollocks. Hardware Unboxed are always so negative in their videos. Exactly, that's one of the things that I usually don't like with Gamer Nexus as well. Because one thing is not liking. I may not like products, for example, on these KDC monitors. I think they're absolutely great. But for example, the sound that they have, the sound that the main one has, the mini LED one has, it's garbage. The sound is very poor, lacks deep, lacks bass. And I said exactly that on the review, because I said that the sound was bad, but at least it was better than having no sound. That's what I said, and that's what it is. But I wouldn't say in the review that, for example, the sound is a piece of garbage. I wouldn't say that because it makes no sense for me, at least for me. Sir Wolf 2018. Whole live stream. Hi all, sorry I'm busy. I hope catch you next time. Well, you can. You're catching me right now. And yeah, guys, that's basically it. Let's hear some more about the Madison post, because there are some more interesting ones. So let's see this one. Also, apparently some managers didn't like me because I hadn't gotten drunk with them before, which was said in that just joking, but actually I'm serious tone. Yeah, i.e. a company is paying you $600 and $100 they are giving you specifically to spend on their platform for the content. The cult LTT was trying to take LTT was trying to take was of total $700, not $600. That was the actual payment. I had to talk to multiple people before this was notified or rectified. So what? Wait, she was getting like $700. I believe this is $700 a week. I believe a week. We see more comments. It's a conspiracy. They are cahoots with each other. Because viewership is down after the pandemic, they need to drum up business. Yes, this is also good for their business. I'm not gonna lie, because I believe that's also the case. But it's not a conspiracy. It's just the good old drama to feed viewers and views and so on. Let me just see more. I eventually got all the money back that they would have taken when I called out that their calculations for the cut they should have been taking were being made before any sort of supplies were reimbursed. Even though in the contracts there was a set aside amount for supplies. So, to be clear, this meant I couldn't seek any companies to represent me to brands for sponsorships, something important for making a living on Twitch or YouTube. But LTT also wasn't doing this for me. They were just going to take any traffic I gained myself, make a deal, and take a cut. Whew. Damn, son, this hurts. This actually hurts. So they were not only not letting her take the sponsors, but they were also taking a cut of the sponsors that she got. Well, that I can understand because well, they're a business, and if she was working there, she gained more notoriety because she was working there. So sponsors came to her most likely because she was working there, so they wanted a cut out of that. That I can understand. Actually. If you want to say that I'm just hopping on the bandwagon, that's fine. It doesn't take away the very real experiences I had, or that sharing these with current events would have gotten me persecuted for attacking a company. Most of you until a few days ago thought was perfect. Yes, that's also a real thing. Let me see just some more comments. Adam Martin, is it me, but does Madison sound like a drama queen trying to milk the Linus drama? Well, this comment that I just read says that. Might be, might not be. Read comments under LTT's second latest video. Some are really funny. Okay, let me see. I don't want to give... Oh, sorry about that. I don't really want to give traffic to LTT, but let me just see. We need to watch what we watch. Yeah, Vex has been making some really good videos and he has been having some really good traction. But yeah, so I believe this is it. What do we do now?
I think we just put
see. Shut up. Damn, they went from we're not gonna talk about it on one to a full-blown video. Terran is like the school principal that only comes to assemblies. Sorry, when a teacher dies. Great channels and tremendous energy and youthful enthusiasm for over a decade. Stuff happens with rapid with rapid growth. Invariable, sometimes not good. Okay? And I hope all the LMG and LTT continue to thrive and entertain us all for many years to come. Okay. Colton just usually running off the company structure. Linus seems that one guy we all know who can literally never admit he was wrong about anything. And yes, this is one of the things that I already noticed with Linus, is that he hardly admits that he was wrong, or that he can be wrong sometimes. Definitely. You will only speak when I click on you. Just see more. I may be going crazy, but it feels like they used that NVIDIA AI on the eyes of the CEO. LOL. Okay. Chapeau. This is a spirit to win back your community. Okay. This felt like an intervention from the LTT management to Linus. Possibly. Now this guy says unsubscribed around 6 months ago from LTT because content was decreasing quality and increasing egos. The problem is those fans and viewers that will still support such behavior by not unsubscribing and continue watching. Let LMG have their lesson, learn from their mistakes, and hopefully get their shit together, or don't. But here we are. Here we are. You reading and me writing because of YouTube algorithms suggesting videos about this nerd gossip. Yeah, that's basically it. Now some really interesting comments on the Twitter. You shouldn't have waited till she made it public to do this, man. Exactly. It's over, the meme. Oh, the meme. Bob Flanders, good stream. Fabio, ciao. Bob. Linus is one of them guys that farts in a room and blames it on McDonald's for giving him gas. Yeah. All your fans the past couple of days. There are some very, very interesting things. Linus apologizing before hitting you with a SIII. Yeah, segue. Oh my goodness. No, they did this, and this seems to be very, very funny. Dear valued subscribers, Linus Media Group, fuck you, mean we should change? You think my ego can handle that? You will forget all about this in a week or two and continue gobble my flawed, half-cooked videos because you love me so much. I am entertaining, am I right? You think I care about Gamers Nexus criticism? I will address all of that via forum posts and not think about it for a second. My fan base will dick ride me and protect me, you bozos. Let me, the camera is there. I'm valued at 100 millions, baby. A startup won't match me if I throw them some bone over their auctioned engineering sample. They are lucky that I have given them some limelight. I will never change, and if you do think you can touch me, think again. I have sponsors to shield me financially. Conflict of interest, my ass. Anyway, here is a seg to our sponsor, Seagate. My goodness. Steve Connolly says, if LTT is entertainment, then they shouldn't sway millions of people towards away from products with reviews. Exactly. How can anyone trust Steve from GN? He could have called Linus and discussed this professionally instead of making a video about it. Yes, he could. But if he talked to Linus, well, face to face, what would have happened is that Linus would send him away. and people wouldn't know about this. So yeah, and I believe it's important that people know about things. Imagine people giving Linus money through Floatplane. Have a friend that I helped buying a new bicycle, and he farted. That's what he meant, I believe. He farted when we were talking with the seller. I asked him why. Because it hurts otherwise. Ah, that's a hyper ego. False segue. Yeah. Okay. New to the channel, this is a mess, even with bad review. I wanted that water block. Welcome, by the way. LTT started it. Yes, Linus did not call Anchor before it tore into them. Yeah, Linus also said some things, and it's basically what happens with this community. You say one thing, I say another, then things scale up. I talk louder, you talk louder, then I talk even louder, and things start falling apart. That's what happens usually. Good day, sir, from Quebec, Canada. Hello, hello. LTT called you from Hardware Unboxed and called your Hardware Unboxed and GN publicly. Yes. So yeah, that's even worse. Jesus. Well, guys, and that's basically what I wanted to make with this live stream. I don't even know for how much time I'm live streaming. So 1 hour, yes, 1 hour. So yeah, I believe I don't really have much more to say. It is a pain in the ass. By the way, my recent video will be the RTX 4070 versus 4070 Ti versus the RX 7900 XT, because the 4070 Ti was better than the 7900 XT before in some scenarios, but with the current drivers, well, the 7900 XT just blows the 4070 Ti out of the water. It just does. So yeah, that's basically it. I really wanted to, I retested some things. I retested the 4070 Ti, I retested the 7900 XT as well, and the 7900 XT was slower in The Last of Us, but now with Smart Access Memory update it is faster. It was slower in Forza Horizon 5, but once again with the update it is now faster in Forza Horizon 5, and some games follow the same pattern. So yeah. GN's callout is a service to the tech community as a whole. It wasn't simply a personal attack, it was maintaining integrity in the space. I agree, but there were some issues before. And some things that I don't like about Gamer Nexus as well. For example, I will read you a tweet from Cortex. By the way, if you didn't watch the thing that I said before about MSI, for example, because this is wrong with the all YouTube market. For example, MSI somehow stopped answering my emails. PowerCaller did the same, and I never had an answer before. I don't know why they did this. I haven't asked them if I had done anything or if I did anything wrong. They just stopped answering. But for example, I have to say that ASRock did not do this. ASRock sent the 6750 XT Phantom D Gaming that you're seeing streaming right now, because this is the card that's streaming this live, and it is working perfectly. The 6750 XE from ASRock, they sent the B650E Taichi, which is also running here, and their products are just very, very good. This is not paid by any means. This is not a sponsored video by them. I'm just saying what is true, and they keep answering me. I even asked them, for example, about the 7800 XT and the 7900 XT, the 7700 XT, sorry, and they told me the dates, and they told me that they would have the cards, but they couldn't send one before reviewing, before the launch date, but they could maybe send one or two after they were launched, and that means a lot to me because they were just straight to the point with me. They weren't just saying bollocks, or they didn't just stop answering like PowerCaller and MSI did. And what annoys me the most about PowerCaller's the PowerCaller not answering is that that one guy actually handling PowerCaller things is Portuguese as me, so we're both Portuguese, and even then he just stopped answering, and that's very, very annoying. How long will it stay hot here, hot where you live? Well, maybe like 2 more months. Temperatures are getting better, but it is still quite hot. Cortex, yes, Cortex. So for example, it did something before. I wanted to just, but I guess I have to go to this post. I can see where he had a post here. Maybe they actually deleted it. I don't really know. But the thing is that Cortex actually called out Linus Tech Tips like 2 years ago or something like that for their well, he was a bit aggressive. He called him a fraud, but a fraud not in terms of legal things, but a fraud for not presenting actual good results and not testing things, testing things half-assed, testing older games and so on. He did that. And when he did that about Linus Tech Tips, Gamer Nexus actually went in and told him things like, oh man, fraud is a bit too much and so on. Then he also said things like, you should look at you because you're actually participating, let's say, having sponsors of shady key sites and so on, serial key sites, and basically attacked Cortex when Cortex actually said what GN is actually saying now about Linus. So the world goes around. That's how it works. Yeah, I was ghosted by PowerCaller and ghosted by MSI. Fucking shit. Mike Simon, thank you. I don't have the number of the PowerCaller guy, but if you want to send it to me, I would appreciate, because it doesn't answer the emails. I would actually want to have, for example, a contact with him, because via, let's say, WhatsApp, I would send him a message, and if he said, okay, we don't want to work with you anymore, I would say, completely understandable. I would say, okay, we're friends anyway, we part ways. No damn issues. But ghosting me is a different thing. So if you can send the number to my email, I would appreciate. Thank you very much. Okay. Cortex is this infotit. I don't know what that is. I am terrible at answering emails, I'm not gonna lie. You must not watch them, because that's not simply the case. You're AMD Jesus. Well, if you say that, you say that. Wait, you were ghosted by PowerCaller and MSI. Why? Are they crazy? I don't really know. They just stopped answering. I sent like 4 emails to MSI and they didn't answer by any means. I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but that's what happened. So yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, that's bad. That's what happened. Not really much more to say. And it's it's hard because I really wanted to test the 4080 once again, and I don't want to spend a lot of money just to test the card, you know what I mean, because I use the 7900 XTX daily. For example, AMD, once again, AMD and ASRock have been very cordial with me. They always answer my emails. They may take a bit more time, but if I actually resend the email, they will just answer as fast as they can. So they have been very okay with me. For example, AMD do not send many GPUs. They can send to test, but they don't send the GPUs to stay, but they do send them to test, and from time to time they do send me a GPU to stay. For example, the 6950 XT, I was asking them a 6950 XT for a long time, and they actually sent me one, the ASRock Formula OC Formula 1, sorry. It's a very good GPU. They sent me the 6650 XT, the 6600 XT some time ago, so they do send some GPUs, which is okay. Adam Martin saying, "Whoa, Power Color is so dumb for doing that to you. You have always, they have always been snobby." Yes, and I mean, I think that I'm just a down-to-earth guy. I never look for troubles with any brand. I tend to find always the midterm in between my things and their things. If they want to send, for example, MSI was just sending the GPUs to test. They would send the GPUs and I would send them back, and still they somehow stopped answering. They said, okay, next week we'll send the 4060 Ti, and then bam, stopped answering entirely. That's messed up. Do you sell your unused GPUs? No, I did that once and I stopped. So I have all the GPUs here. I have all of them there. Yes, I have all of them there. Now I have the current one is the 6750 XT from ASRock that you can see in my unboxing videos. I have all of them there, at least all of them that I didn't have to send back. So I don't have the 4070, the 4080, and the 7900 XT here. All of them, most of them I got them, and some of them I bought, so they're mine. For example, the 4070 Ti, I bought it. I spent 900 euros just for testing, and of course it hasn't paid off yet, but I do like to keep the GPU here in order when I want to retest. Let's say I have the GPU at hand to retest. So for example, I wanted to retest the 7900 XT and I had to wait AMD to resend it, then I had to retest it, and then so it takes time because I need to wait for someone to send me the GPU. I will most likely buy the 4070 at least, not the 4080 or the 4090, because those prices are insane. The 4070, and I will most likely get the 4080 and then return to the store because, well, it is what it is. Gapast says sorry. Well, it is possible that guy who you send email is not working there anymore, but it's odd that both MSI and Power Color are not responding. Exactly. And it works. He works there because I even have another email from another person that works there, and I sent that email to the, well, in CC to that person, and still nobody answered. But I will try one final time to that person, the first person that I contact specifically, to see how things are going. But they just don't give a shit. I don't really know why. Fabio, can you display your GPUs in the in your next videos if possible? I could. I don't really have an image here, but I believe that you can watch. I believe that you can watch, for example, one of these videos. Let me just see. I believe that you can watch some of them. I did a video of 100k special subscribers, blah blah blah, and I believe that that some of the GPUs that I had were there. Let me just see if I found it, because it's old. Maybe not this old. Okay, I need to search for it better. Let me see. Damn, the flies are annoying. Let me just see. 100k. Search 100k. No, it's the full setup, I believe. Full setup. Yep, is this video. This is the video, the setup tour of 2022. Basically, I show my setup here. I show where I live, for example. As you can see, my hair was shorter, way shorter. I need to cut it a bit, by the way. Not like this, but I will cut it like here. Inside the house. Okay, as you can see, my builds. Then I have, this is where I have the GPUs. So now I have a lot more GPUs. I have a lot more GPUs here. I have the Intel RK770, for example, the RX 580, the Vega. I have way more cards here, that's for sure. But you can still see some of them. So this is the RX 6800, I believe. Yes. The LEDs were not working properly. Yeah, but now I have way more GPUs there, way more. Yeah, it looks beautiful because it is beautiful, gladly. Sorry. It's not a mansion. I mean, it's a normal house. Let's say a normal house in Portugal, but we don't have AC. When it's cold, it's cold. When it's hot, it's hot. So it's the bad points. We have bigger houses, that's for sure, but at the same time we have other downsides. So I have the CPUs here. This was the build that I had before with and I still have now. It was currently on my table, but now I have more computers. Now I have these new monitors. I have another computer here. So I have, let me see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 computer towers. 6. So I have more things now. It's normal. But I do have more cards. This is my monitor, the one that I bought. By the way, KDC will most likely send me an OLED monitor to review, or they will send another mini LED one with 32 inches and a very good price point. But well, it is what it is, I guess. So guys, if you want to ask anything else before I shut down the stream, let me know. If you want to donate, you can donate as well, but you don't need to. You absolutely don't need to. So yeah, yes, no AC or heater. Nope. You deal with it. So you have bigger houses, but you deal with it. Although more recent houses do have AC, or they have heating system. A heating system. Okay, that's okay. Oliquar. Jesus emerges from a white bright light. Actor Fabio. Do you stream on ultrawide? I do stream on ultrawide when I'm there on my main computer. Since I'm here using double monitors, I do not stream ultrawide. I stream normally. I got a question. Go on. Did anyone say that you look badass? I guess not, but thank you. Nice, that means you will do giveaway auction of your current KDC monitors. Exactly, for now I need them, I actually need them. I have these two, so I will leave the 32 inches on that computer. I'm also currently looking for a new home because I'm still living with my parents, so I'm looking for a house with my girlfriend, and well, some more months we'll be in a new house and we'll have our things, and well, things aren't easy on the house market, but we'll get there. I believe so. Will AMD launch FSR 2.3 with FSR 3? Most likely. So FSR 3 with 2.3 DLLs. Improvemements as well. Adam Martin, take care, Fabio. Have a good day. Have a good day as well, Adam. I will just stop the stream in some moments and we'll go to my, well, we'll go to my thing. We'll go to my benchmarks. We'll go to my gaming. I'm playing currently Marvel's Midnight Suns a bit, and I will end the story and then we'll go back to benchmarking because that's what I like to do. Will you ever do a collab with Z-Worms Gaming? If you want to, I'm open to collabs. But since I'm from Portugal, it's harder to do collabs. But I'm open to it. I'm just open. If some YouTuber wants to do collabs, like for example Daniel Owen, even if Vex wants to do a collab, I'm open to it. Okay, it's very nice to have more connects and so on. Also, by the way, since the sound is not very nice, I noticed that the sound of my videos, even with my AKG microphone, that microphone is old. It has like 10 years and it was made to, well, I bought it to use in my band because I had a music band some years ago, but now I felt like I needed better audio. Overall better audio, and I actually bought the Blue Ember microphone, which I saw Hardware Canucks review, and since he has a more screechy voice like I do, more vibrant voice like I do, the best microphones that I saw him using, and they sounded better at without processed sound, so they sounded better at raw audio, were indeed the Blue Ember and the Elgato Wave something. Okay, so the Ember sounded better for our type of voice, I believe, and yeah, and that's what I did. So I bought one. That's not much more about it. Rick Sanchez, safe journey through life, Fabio. Thank you very much. Rick Thomas, appreciate the candor and the effort to help surface and add context to the whole Linus debacle. Yeah, debacle or debacle, don't really know. Gotta go, cheers. Thank you very much, Rick Thomas, for supporting the channel and for always watching. Big hug. The sound is crisp. Well, the sound is okay with this microphone because I'm currently close to it, and I'm recording this way. So for streaming the sound is okay, but I want to go a step further. So in terms of sound quality in all my videos, with less reverb, with less echo. So I want it even better, and for that I needed a better microphone, because sometimes the sound is crisper than it should be, and that's not a good thing always. Have you stopped working out? I did not. It's the angle. The angle matters. The angle and the clothes that you actually wear. The clothes alone make a lot of difference. If I wear some sandbag clothes, you will think I'm smaller. If I wear tighter clothes, you'll think I'm bigger, and so on. It depends. Are you doing YouTube full-time or do you still have a job? Well, YouTube is my full-time job right now. I've been doing YouTube full-time for 3 years because the salaries in Portugal are quite low, so with the money I make from YouTube, even needing to invest in things like in things like GPUs and CPUs, I still make money to live, and I still make more money that I made when I was working at the factory. So so yeah, that's it. Hey, new AMD cards will be revealed next week. Do you think they will flop like Nvidia, or they be great new cards? It's all, like you said, it's all about price performance, okay? It's all about price performance. If they release those cards at a good price, so make it better than the last generation while being at the same price, I believe they will sell. If they are still more expensive than the previous generation, and they're just slightly better, I don't think they will sell. The 7500F Ryzen is actually a good deal for $163 in my opinion. But yeah. So guys, I believe that I will end the live stream now. Thank you all for watching. I'll be doing the live stream for the Gamescom. I could actually go to the Gamescom because it's on Germany. I could just get a ticket and go. It wouldn't hurt me, let's say, but I'm, well, not for now. I like to do things with more time, so if I went there, I would most likely want to be there for, let's say, a week. So I needed to get a house, I needed to get an hotel, I needed to get taxis, I needed to get many things. So I most likely won't be there, but I will be doing the live stream of the Gamescom event as well, because I want to be with you when they show the actual products being presented. Okay, guys, by the way, just answering the last question, how old are you? I'm 29, I'm almost 30. That's insane, by the way. But well, thank you very much for watching this live stream. Thank you once again. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for supporting the channel, for watching the videos, for watching the live stream. That really means a lot to me. And well, see you in the next one, guys. I will end the stream now. Cheers once again.